Kia is connecting to audio and can't hear you yet. Kia connected to audio.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey.
Oh, what's up? Look at that red
Oh,
lipstick.
I know. Look at my hair. It's all
I
short.
know, it is short. Did you cut it yourself?
Yeah.
Dang. What'd you do? Did you just go like...
No. I just wanted a trim and then this happened.
Wow, your hair looks really dark. Is it brown?
Oh, and I dyed it too. Yeah.
Did you do it a different color?
No, it was just like brown. Like I just wanted to dye the ends, like you know where the blonde was.
Whoa, your hair is really dark. Is it natural or no?
Uh, no, I don't think so. Maybe it's just the lighting.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. It looks really dark.
Mm.
So, how was your day?
It was good. Woke up, threw away the trash, ate. We'll make coffee, like the coffee I made yesterday too, and I made it again today.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you have class today?
No, but I do have to finish some assignments today.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I was like processing. I was all, did I call Kia last night all late? I was all, yeah.
Yeah. Me and Tali were up watching the video, and we're like, "Oh my God, what time is it?"
What time did you go to sleep?
Like 5,
Dang, what time did you wake up?
like 10-ish.
Oh,
Then I went back to sleep for a few, and no, I didn't go back to sleep. I was just awake.
dang.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Oh man. Oh, today we went to go hang out with our friend Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me send you this text. It'll make you smile.
Mm-hmm.
The girls, they're twin girls. I only took a picture with
Mm-hmm.
one of them, but they bring so much joy. They're so cute. They're 7 months old.
Aw.
Yeah, that's the best part of my week is going to see them. Make like
Mm-hmm.
weekly dates with them.
Aw.
Yeah. Any updates in Zuni?
Yeah, they had like a live stream today. Wait, hold on.
Oh,
Cute.
no. This is Hannah. She's the oldest one by two
Kinda.
minutes.
2 minutes. Oh, that's so cute.
I know, I love it. What they talk about?
Oh, so they have a curfew now in Zuni.
Ooh, what's a curfew?
It's from like 8 p.m. to 5 a.m.
Mm.
Yeah, it's pretty reasonable. And then the stores are only up until 7 a.m. or 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. now too.
Oh, okay. So you have to get
Yeah.
your fries before 7.
Yeah, basically. I know. And then they did really good. I was really impressed by like their live stream on the governor's personal Facebook page still. But it was really good. They talked about like what they can do as a tribal government because they can't really control like the secular stuff, which is understandable because they're divided for a reason. But at the same time, they were really pushing for people to practice distancing and um trying not like to avoid things or like take precautions if they do go watch the dances or participate or stuff like that. And I was just like, yes, finally,
Mm.
like it was um really reassuring to hear that like everything like they put out and we've seen from other tribal nations was just like, how come we're not doing that, and like why aren't you stepping up to like do this for our people. But then it was really nice to hear that from our governor, because like the only real like well since I've been home, the only real contact I've been having with like the community is through Facebook.
Mm.
And that's where I was like really concerned because like our tribal government wasn't saying anything like, practice social distancing or whatnot, just like straight out specifically. But now today they're just like, do it so we can protect each other and just keep this out of the community as like best as we can. And I was just like, yes, like people should listen to this. And because it's just not about one person or one family. I think it's about the whole community. And it's not like we're attacking our belief system if we're saying like practice social distancing. It's like just scientific stuff and like just kind of more like common sense now to do that, because there's every other tribal nation that's doing it, even in like you can see around the world that's doing it, and how like we should do that as well here in Zuni. And so it gave me a little bit more hope, because I know when I logged onto Facebook this morning and saw everybody's post like, I don't care, I'm gonna go watch, like if it gets to me, it gets to me, or like it won't get to me because I believe in our stuff too. Like I believe that too, like I believe in our cultural beliefs and practices really really deeply, but at the same time I'm just like, you have to take those precautions to protect the people that you love. And so it was just nice to hear that from our tribal leaders.
What'd you think about that article I sent you from about San Felipe?
Yeah, I was like really shocked to see like they like all the Peplos are stopping, or most of the Peplos are stopping like their dances and stuff, like you said and mentioned within before, like it's a big deal to do that. Like you just don't go up and do that, but they're taking those precautions to protect their community. And when I saw that, I was just like, wow, they care for their people deeply, no matter what other people are saying, but they care for them, so that's why they're doing that. And so I got pretty upset, and I was just like, wow, our government's not doing that for us here. Like, do they not care about us? Are they just gonna keep promoting to go out into these places, and but not necessarily outright saying that? But today they said that, and it was just like reassuring to hear that, because we care for our communities deeply, and like the people that will be affected, or like even like whatnot. It's just do you just want to see people I don't know, like at the end of this, like you want to see those come out, and like us come out resilient in a way that we haven't been within our time.
Hmm. Yeah, I know. Like I was talking to you last night when I was, or our conversation. I was thinking about our conversation all day after we had talked, and just kind of some of the things we were discussing. But I've been processing like what we were talking about with how our government is a democratic system and how China is a communist system, and how even what they probably have some of the most stringent laws, I guess, or mandates, and how it took them probably like a little over 2 months for their people to be in quarantine. But that's like with the most stringent like mandates. And then here in the US, how that is not the case. People are still going out, like there's people going to the grocery stores, which is needed, but then there's probably also people just cruising around too. And so thinking like, I was like, man, it's probably gonna be like 2 or 3 times longer for us to be in quarantine, if not, or even longer than that. Like, which is kind of scary to think about. Because if like in China, it was like 2 months, they're starting to kind of integrate their people back in. I'm like, well, it'll probably take us like 4 or 6 months or 8 months, before we might see the decline. So I was like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do at home for 6 months?
Yeah.
So I don't know, I was thinking about our country. I was like, man, oh man, like, can the government put a mandate like that? Like, this is it, But as we were talking, we're like, well, it's a democratic system. You're going to talk about it. Like, should we do this? Should we not do this?
Mm-hmm. They need to come up with like compromises on each side, get to the middle. But then even that takes time, and you're just like, like somebody just decide. And I think that's like the difference within our tribal communities. Um, like the Pebbles were just like, all right, that's not letting any communities anymore. And so, but with, and I was just like, that's what you should be doing. Like, I'm all in favor for like a strong central government when these things happen. Because like you gotta protect your community first and think about the people you serve. But then with Zuni, I guess like it's more it's democratic in a way because we have our tribal government, and then we have our traditional government. Like they were separated, and because we have a constitution that was created like within the Indian Reorganization Act (IRA) time period, and so at a time it was just this, it was just tribal traditional government. When IRA came, there's two, and then they kind of work like this together. Like there was usually like the head, like key leaders and stuff. Oh no, my internet is unstable.
No, I hear you good.
Okay, but once the Constitution wasn't enacted and passed, and like people were starting to complain, like the abuse of power or separation of powers, they started to become distant. And then now it's where there's like in a way traditionalists who don't want to listen to the tribal government, and they're like, okay, well, I'm not going to listen to the tribal government because this is what we believe in, like how we serve the kivas and like medicine groups and societies and whatnot. And then there's the tribal government who's just like, well, we do have power, like federally and locally, state, whatnot. And then so you're left like kind of having to choose a side, um, but they're not working together anymore. And I feel like they should take into those measures of like working together, um, and deciding those things and like for our people. Like they, like those two governments have the power to tell the people to stay home. Like the traditional government can tell them to stay home. Like my grandpa was telling me the other day, like you don't need 60 plus people cooking at a time. You only need like your immediate family, and that's how it used to be. But
Mm-hmm.
now like over time it's grown to 60 plus people. um that's where like limitations go down, and like how you guess start to be humble in a way with
Mm,
your things.
yeah.
um like it could work. We could practice social distancing. We can do this. Like it's been done before in our
Mm,
history, and now it's like I guess up for debate on who you're gonna listen. And now like on social media people are like being outcasted for like their thoughts and stuff of like what who you choose to believe and support and what you choose to do.
mm-hmm.
And I think that's like the division we have in our community, which is not good at a time like this. But
Mm,
um that's what scares me the most when like I was thinking about it.
mm, yeah. Yeah, golly. What a crazy time we're in. But I actually have a phone call right now.
Okay.
But that was perfect though, because I recorded that.
Okay.
Thoughts
I
by
know.
Tia.
Yeah, my laptop's about to die too, so I was like looking for my charger.
Perfect timing. I got your thoughts for
Yeah.
today.
But we should talk later. Hear
All
your
right.
side of things.
Yeah, yeah. Sounds good. Sounds good. I'll call you
Okay.
back probably tonight.
Okay.
Okay. We all have nothing to do.
I know, right? We have a curfew, so I'll be here
Okay,
till
let's
like later, okay?
all sad. Stop your curfew.
No.
Yeah,
All
let
right.
me do another Zoom meeting and then I'll share some thoughts that I have about your reaction, about what
Okay.
you were saying.
Okay.
Okay, I'll call you later tonight.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.